Cheslie Kryst. So I never met her, but as soon, like I could feel like when I got the news, because it came up as an alert on my phone, and nobody else around me got the alert except for me. It was really weird. Um, and for whatever reason, a lot of people like never didn't say anything until a long while after I got my alert. Um, so I don't know, I had this like heaviness that I felt before. And I pulled some cards because, I was like, okay, I feel really attached to this subject. Um, I want to know, did she really do, like, did she really, because I've watched shows before where like people get pushed and stuff like that. And I was like, did she jump or did she get pushed? And I got the hangman. And it was like, oh my God. Like, of all the ways, why? Why jumping? Like that, oh my God. Like, I can't imagine what kind of pain that she felt to have to say, you know what? I'm gonna go jump. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, like, not even, some people are like, oh, I'm gonna take some pills, or oh, I'm gonna, use a gun or whatever. And she jumped, and it's like, my God, the terror, like the terror versus the depression. I don't like I've been in a very vulnerable state where I've thought about it. But jumping off of a building is like not one of the ways that I would ever. Oh my God. I'm in a better place now, but I could feel the pain. I could feel the heaviness. And so I just asked, and so my pre-shuffle, because my pre-shuffle was basically asking about that, got the hangman. So that means she did do it. And I'm like, what would cause her to do that? And I felt like it's something that she didn't, like she was dealing with, that she couldn't tell anybody. And so what came out was like the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So it's basically like it's either two people or she was struggling with who she was. And I asked, did this have to do with her sexuality? And the Ace of Swords came out. So I'm not sure. The fact that only females came out of my pre-shuffle made me think that she was dealing with, um, not being able to express her sexuality and her preference. And I'm only going to say it like that because I don't want to like lean out, but I'm going to pull some more cards because I don't I want to be able to record this time. So I pulled a few oracle cards just to give me like clarity and just and basically it's so she was struggling with having the courage to be her authentic self is what I'm getting, what I feel. She was having struggle with like what was going to happen to her as a person if she lived her authentic self. Like, is my money gonna change? Are my friends gonna change? Are people gonna see me in the same light, or are they going to throw me away? She was hoping and she was hoping for change, but she felt like there was nothing that she could do. And so I got the detachment card as well. Detachment is like cutting yourself off. Like you want to feel whole, but for her it didn't happen. Like she wanted to detach herself from, I hear, the things that she grew up hearing, or the things that she grew up that she was taught she was unable to distance herself or live authentically outside of what she was raised, how she was raised. And it doesn't have to be just like her family or like her immediate family. It could be, you know, church, family, friends, school. Like, this is how you're supposed to live. And she was living the life. So to me, there had to have been something else that was like not in alignment with who she felt she was on the inside, as opposed to who she was on the outside. Yep. Six of Pentacles wants to come out. The give and take relationships. She felt like she was over giving, and I felt like that's why she fought so hard for the underdog, you know, for the people who don't get a good break in life. Like, that's why she fought so hard, because she could not be herself. And then desires out here, which goes along with everything else, is like confidence to me, to confidence to be herself. I'm gonna pull Kipper because I just want to be clear on this message that I'm feeling, that I'm hearing. It's just, I don't, okay, 2 cards. So this had to do with, yes, the love, the things that she wanted to do in life that she felt like she could not share with the rest of the world. Courtship and pathway. What does that scream to you? This is a lesson for you. In one of my favorite readers, she says this is a lesson in intuition. This is an exercise in intuition. When I get courtship and pathway, she was having a struggle with her relationship, like with her love relationship. Either she had someone that she could not be with, or she wanted to live a certain lifestyle that was not appropriate to the people who she felt like had the most stake in her life, if that makes any sense. So courtship and pathway, she was having an issue with who she wanted to be with versus who everyone else thought she should be with. Why am I going to the light seers deck? So Spirit, what can you tell me about Cheslie's struggles? About Cheslie's struggles? About her courtship struggles? About the issues? Okay, I hear 3 cards. The life that you live versus the one that everyone else wants you to live is all, man. She wanted to be happy. She wanted to live the life that she had a vision in her life, the way that she had a vision in her life, the way she wanted things to go. And I just got zapped in my hand, which to me confirms, because my spirit guides, ancestors, they will warm me up, or they will zap me, or I'll get an itch or something. They're always getting my attention, but she wanted that happiness. Like, she was trying to find her happy, and I felt she is living through other people, trying to help get them happy, thinking that eventually it would help her. Like, she would be satisfied with helping others get what they want. But she was not able to get what she wanted. The Magician in the reverse. She was unable to get what she wanted because she was not living her authentic self. And I will say, she was partly living her authentic self because her desire was to help the underdog, quote unquote, the people that could not help themselves. That was part of it. But her self, like her inner self, her higher self, was telling her, or was to be who you really are, and to forget everybody else that doesn't agree with it or doesn't feel the same way you do, because this is you and this is your life and this is your desires. And you got to understand the mind of a person who is like in depression, PTSD, like deep and deep, 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 like it's like you have these choices, and if you feel like you're at a dead end, what else is there? Like, it's not like, for me, I thought, okay, live to see tomorrow, right? Because I could possibly change tomorrow. That's how I look at things, is like, live to see tomorrow, change, make a change today so that you can live to see what the change is tomorrow. Like, do something different, work. But you know, like when people get stuck in certain situations, they get stuck in a lifestyle, a life, or whatever, and they're expected from all different sides. And I'm pretty sure she had a lot of people in her ear telling her what she needed to do and how she had to live and how she would, you know, and she was only 30, right? So at this point, what else is there? If I don't do what they say that I need to do, I don't have a choice. That's how a person feels. I don't have a choice. I can't live the way I want to live because my support will be gone. That's how I feel. And I feel like that's the only thing that she felt she could do, and that was the end, the world. That was her world. What else is there? I don't have a choice. This is where my money comes from. This is where my abundance comes from. This is where my support comes from. This is where my love comes from. I have no other choice. And I felt like she was like, I'm done, because nobody wants me to live my authentic self. Nobody wants me to do what it is that I really deep, deep down feel. And I feel like that was a love thing. I hear two more cards. Oops. Two more cards. But this goes back to that courtship and pathway. Like, she had a choice, and she was like, I'd rather leave this world than for people to see me fail because I went after my passion, my desire. Y'all, I'm like, it's like heavy because I've been here, and at some points I still am here, because there are a lot of people that are like telling me what I should do and what I shouldn't do, as far as like how I should raise my kids, how I should take care of my elderly family. All of that stuff just piles on, and it's like, and then they look at you and it's like, you have no other choice. But they don't say it like that, but they make you feel like that. Or they'll say certain things and it's like, I have no choice. Like, you just sit there and you think, I have no other choice. And when you have no other choice in your head, that's more like brighter, or more like hopeful, like you just stare at that dead end. That person has she had people in her ear. That's just what I just said. The Two of Swords is like blockages. I feel like she could have unblocked, but she didn't. She wanted to be her authentic self and she could not. She felt stuck. The Empress card is here. She felt blocked. It's like, I have no other choice but to live my life the same way for the rest of my life. And that's how I feel, how she was feeling. That's how I feel she was feeling. I mean, maybe a lot of us have been there. But that's how I just, wow. Like, wow. What a burden to be sitting there in front of the whole world and not being able to be who you really are. Like, the world is watching you, right? And that's the pressure. Is a lot of us out here who are in the tarot community, watchers, tarot readers, Like, we have the ability to just turn stuff off, and with the exception of a few tarot readers, and nobody knows who you are, or nobody's looking for you. You can just fade into the background. But some people, they're on a stage, and no matter what else, they can't go backwards. Ooh, they can't go backwards. Queen of Cups. Four of Swords. A devil. Reverse. Four of Swords. Reverse. She could not heal. She could not be herself. She could not rest. Okay? The devil talks about obsession. She didn't want to be obsessed anymore with who she was, who she really, really was. She wanted to be her authentic self. She could not. She could not. That's how she felt. She could not. There was like nothing else she could do. And we see that in her actions, but I'm saying, like, this is how it came out. And I didn't pull these cards that came out themselves. I'm just the messenger. And y'all, when I like switch stuff, and it's because I hear something, it's like pull two cards. Okay. Y'all, occupation, thoughts. Occupation, what she was, didn't I just say? She was on the world stage. She could not stop being Cheslie in front of the stage. She could not. It was like, what do I do? Go make another life and change my life and do something different? I can't, because people depend on me. Life depends on me. Like, these people in life depend on me. My support system depends on me. There's nothing else that I can do. Occupation and thoughts. She was consumed. And she wanted it to stop. She wanted it to stop. She wanted it to stop. And she couldn't stop it on her own. She couldn't stop it on her own. Because the train was already running, right? She had, Kim Kardashian, like, people were out here working with her. She was in the public eye. There's like nothing else she could do. And I say that because some people will be out there, oh, she could have just walked away. She could have done it. Yeah, but no. Like, when you walk away from certain things, like, when you walk away from certain things as a person, it's like, that's why a lot of women don't walk away from abusive relationships, because they don't have another plan outside of that abusive relationship. And I'm not saying she was in an abusive relationship, but I'm saying, like, when you don't have another game plan, you don't have any other, like, you don't have a transition, like, there's no other option but you to continue to be like some people, when they work and then they get up every morning, they have to work because they have to pay the bills and they have kids to take care of and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, you don't have other options until you have another option. And when is that coming around? When is that going to be available to you? It may happen and it may not. And we've seen people who have been stuck in certain situations for years and years and years, never being able to come out of cycles because they had to continue to keep the motor running. They had to keep on doing what they did day in and day out with no other options. Oh my gosh, y'all. And I actually was supposed to pull 2 cards and I got 3 because one was stuck. She had no other options. The 7 of Wands, boundaries, like conflict coming at you and not be like, it's not supposed to bother you, but for her, it did bother her. And remember, I said the constant wheel that she had to continue, the constant. I just said that, and you have the Two of Pentacles, and on this card, I feel like she's like, rolling, say rolling down the river. Um, she's like kind of juggling, but it's not necessarily juggling, because if she stops, I remember when I was a kid, and you might have done this too. It's like when you're playing with stuff and you're like swinging things, and as long as you're swinging, everything's cool, or as long as you're hula hooping, everything's cool. But as soon as you stop, everything falls, or you get hit, because you can't you can't it's in perpetual motion, and once you stop the motion, you don't know where whatever it is that you're swinging is gonna go. It's like, to me, every time I see this, is like purses swinging. Like, I have to keep everything in orbit, or else if I don't, it's gonna hit me. It's gonna hit me. Like, everything's gonna be thrown off. My life is gonna be thrown off. I'm gonna be out of balance. And the Wounded Warrior, the Nine of Wands card, she was wounded. She had deep issues. And like I said, this had to do with dating. This had to do with who she was behind closed doors versus who she showed everyone. And I don't feel like it was a bad thing. I feel like it was just something that her people could not handle. And I say her people as in anybody who was in her circle that she was committed to, supporting her, or she was supporting. There was like nothing she could do. There was nothing that she could do except for continue to keep that wheel spinning. Continue to keep that. Oh, she didn't have boundaries. She was not strong enough to, and she felt defeated. All of that. The Seven of Wands again. So that confirms. Like, she had people in her ear, and she could not control it. I got the Seven of Wands, the Strength card in reverse, and the Five of Swords. She was feeling defeated. She was feeling like that. I give up. Like, I want to be who I want to be, but I can't be because I can't. And like I told you, I got the Queen of Pentacles. I got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. She felt defeated in a way where she felt like she had no control over her life and who she authentically could be. Tell me more about this defeat, about her being defeated or feeling defeated. Tell me more. And like, she couldn't do what she loved to do. She couldn't do what she loved to do. She was jaded. Ugh. And my eye just like, my eye did this thing, when your eye gets stuck, and it's like, she was stuck. She wanted to move. She wanted to improve her life the way she felt, but she felt cut off, and she couldn't wait anymore. The Three of Wands is like waiting for your ships to come in. I feel like the Three of Wands reverse is she stopped waiting. Like, she couldn't see it. She stopped looking for it. And she felt the truth was that she could not. The truth, the King of Swords, like, this is a person who, the King of Swords is a logical, a person who's been thinking. And if I recall, I'm not sure what her birthday was, but at this point, it's like, I'm thinking. That's what she was doing. She was thinking, and she couldn't wait anymore. Three of Wands. She was waiting for things to improve, and it didn't. And so she was like, I'm done. So I just want to end it right now, like in this reading, because it's so heavy. Like, it's so heavy. But I just, anybody out there is feeling this way, I encourage you to take take the steps to change things. Even if it's a little step, maybe sign up for a class or something, do something different. Don't sit in this depression and feeling unworthy, like you're weak and unable to have your own mind about things. Wow, 7 is out here 3 times. 777. Look that up. But definitely just, I feel so heavy for her, because even at this point, I feel like her spirit is so heavy, because there was, I guess, a word that she was trying to get over to, and people weren't listening to her. And I just, like, that devastates me, because I've felt that way before. I know how it is. It's just, I don't know what to say. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna do more readings, hopefully not like this heavy, but I want to do more readings on people, and more almost personal readings, for the collective as well. I just haven't been in a place for me to do that, as far as like time wise, and I've been under renovations in the house. So hopefully the renovations will be done in a little bit, and I can get on with my life. So anyway, guys, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, however you call it, and I will talk to you soon.